Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, I got the article.
Okay.
You want me to read it?
No, because
I
we,
will read it to you. Just
yeah, but it's like, okay, so, uh, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? So, I just, me and, technically, I started the discussion in my head, but Siri kind of joined in. Basically,
in
it's
your
just,
head.
well, not
That
really in
is
my head.
talent.
That is true. How the hell were you able to do that? Get off my mind, woman. Anyways, right? So I was checking out some, I like cultural stuff, right? The, comic book. I'm a bit of a, superhero nerd. And, but anyway, I was listening to this guy called Young Ripper, which is Aaron July. Dope artist. Check him out on Spotify. He does really great music. And he was talking about DC, pretty much stands for dead company, because the way they keep losing money by having all those social justice warrior character turn, all these high valuable character turn social justice slash, you know, rainbow community, whatever the case may be, right? They're just looking for clickbait right now. And I'm like, I kept thinking, I'm like, so why companies, especially when it comes to capitalism, right? Companies are not in the business of losing money. Otherwise, that's why they won't be around anymore. No matter how many bailouts you might get, it sooner or later, you can't keep this charade off forever. So then, why on earth would all these companies continuously lose money? Comic book sales off the toilet, right? Manga's whooping comic book sales right now, like spanking them like bad girl. And so you have all these things. Why would DC and Marvel, they keep making these company turn LBGT whatever, or tokenizing them to actually cheer up the black crowd, cheer up people that actually don't buy their crap? Are they that stupid? And then it hit me. I'm like, what if they're actually trying to destroy these brands, and then these brands now becomes worthless, so then therefore they can actually buy it back or actually own these things pennies of the dollar? Like, and then that's when you jumped in and you actually had, what was your theory, Siri?
I don't remember what it was
How come you don't remember what your theory was?
because I don't. I'm an old woman and I have the mind of an old woman. No, I really don't remember. Um. Oh, I believe that it's high time to retire some of these characters
Yeah.
because there's no more to add to their story arc.
Yeah.
Really,
Well,
nothing new to add to their story arc.
yeah.
Kind of like The Simpsons.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can keep making new ones if you keep adding new artists to it and shit. Pardon my French, but at some point, they're not getting older. The timeline that they were created in is completely different than what we have now.
Yeah, but see, I think this is where you and I disagree, right? Because I don't think these characters, they are eternal. Just like they become a mythos to the pop culture. Just like I'm pretty sure during Roman era they used to have so many stories featuring the Hercules arc
Yeah, but
and
they
all that stuff.
fit during their time.
It just like,
This is not their time anymore.
but
I don't
listen,
think.
listen. So if to say that we have to retire these characters permanently is to say that we also have to retire Western civilization permanently, right? Are we at that time yet?
I don't think. Okay, I
No,
do
no, no, no,
not.
no, no. Are we? Do you believe that Western civilization is at its end right now? Yes or no?
At its end, like
Yeah.
complete end, not quite,
Okay. So
but
then,
it's falling.
these characters represent. They are the Hercules. They are the Zeus. They are the actually the mythical god and demigod of our time,
Yes.
right?
Uh, yes,
Okay.
but not of the next generation.
No.
And that's why I'm saying like they're retiring them now.
Hmm.
They're trying to make them adapt to the new generation,
But
and
it's
it's
not.
not working because they need new heroes.
Okay. But then again, it's like when it comes to the new generation, it's like they're not interested in those myths. These are old gods to them now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Hmm. So then the core fan they were supposed to actually keep alive are the same one that we're pushing away.
Yes, that they're pushing away, trying to get to to fit into the new generation. Yes. So rather than being happy with the worshiping that they continue to get, they keep trying to fit in with the new ones.
No, I think I like
You're
my
not
theory.
you are you're part of
Yeah.
to pause it, but you're not using the Bluetooth off of the stand, right?
No, I don't
You
think
can
so.
turn off the remote.
Yeah, okay. We'll do
No,
it
because it's
later.
blinking, so you're wasting a lot of energy.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. But anyway, my point is this like I really believe that these companies like I don't think they're looking at it from I don't think they're looking at it from a spiritual or from a spiritual
They're
standpoint.
not looking. You're interpreting the spiritual aspect.
No, I was listen. My main theory was based upon
Money.
have money. They just
And my
they try to
theory.
cheapen listen, they try to cheapen the price. Just like when you have like bad people come into a good neighborhood and ruin the good neighborhood, and then you actually the real estate drop, and then you buy and other people just come through and buy those real estate cheap, and then
But
that's
I
the thing.
think, okay,
Mm.
those characters have already lost their value.
Well, that thing been going on for like what?
Just because
The
it's been
past
going on
5-10
forever
years
doesn't
now.
mean, yeah, they've like you asked me, right? What was it their value 5 years ago? And I actually found an article.
Yeah, go ahead,
So
read
do
the
you
article.
mind
real
if I
quick.
read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't even know what's in the article. I just got caught by the title.
Mm-hmm.
So, in 2016, there was a title: Warner Brothers destroyed Superman's brand for their new franchise. Will it pay off? Yesterday, my Forbes colleague, this is from Forbes magazine, Mark Hughes wrote a long and impassioned essay on the controversy roiling the Superman franchise in the wake of the 2013's Man of Steel, which promises to spill over into Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice when it premieres next week. So this is old.
Mm-hmm.
At the climax of Man of Steel, Superman, faced with the decision to risk further destruction to his city and its inhabitants or take a single life, chooses to kill his opponent, General Zod. And that was the very first person he's ever killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
This plot twist divided the fan community between those who claim that Superman never kills and those who defend David Goyer and Zack Snyder's creative choices as necessary to the storyline. Hughes amply documents that whatever you think about the merits of the story, Superman's lethal decision was not without precedent in the comics. In this, he is correct, blah, 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 blah.
I just want to find out.
Does it matter that Warner Brothers has changed the Superman brand significantly in this way? Right? That's what I'd argue yes. And we are not talking about just any brand here. We are talking about one of the most powerful and positive brands in American history. One that captured the imagination of generations and is instantly recognizable to almost everyone on the planet. The question is, will their decision pay off?
So left you with a question. See, I'm looking for numbers.
Reinventing an icon. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
When people identify strongly with core brand values, you can get away with doing practically anything at the margins. And that's what happened with Superman. Over time, succeeding generations of creators aspired creators took the franchise in new directions. Superman changes look, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. Scale matters. Superman comics today sell about 60,000 copies in a really good month. And what happens in their pages is of interest to only a hardcore of serious fans. The impact of an out-of-character storyline to the overall brand is pretty limited. Man of Steel, on the other hand, was seen by millions. It was Warner Brothers' entry into the highest stake box office. Okay, Hughes argues within the plot dynamics of the movie, Superman had little choice but to kill. That's true. Statement made, message received. The character who spent the last 75 years being better than us because of his ability to place principle over power is now just like any flawed mortal who can be pushed to extremes by fear or desperation. So what did Warner Brothers get for undoing 75 plus years of equity in a multi-billion-dollar brand? Well, it appears they set up the next movie and blah blah. That might be a good story. It's just not a Superman story that anyone would recognize. Our hero, their property. Fans invest in the mythology of creatures like Superman, giving them their cultural power and financial value. However, despite the reciprocity implicit in that relationship, they are not folklore and they are not ours. Superman belongs to Warner Brothers and they can do whatever they want with it. And if they owned a Stradivarius, they could burn it for firewood if they liked it. So basically, this is what I think.
So they already own the property.
They own the property. So what I think is going on, exactly, they own the property. So what I think is going on is the brands have lost their value. People aren't reading comics because people aren't reading motherfucking magazines or newspapers. People aren't watching the movies because who the hell is going to the movies? If you can, ride the pirate ship right to the movie at your doorstep. So the reason they're twisting it and turning it and joining the alphabets and everything is because they're failing and they're grasping at straws because these assholes are sinking. And a sinking man will always drag you down. So they're not bringing down the value of the brand because they're trying to buy it for cheap because they already own it. They're thinking that they're drowning. The brand is drowning, and they're trying to come up with any random stupid idea to make it work.
So then, okay, so in order for a company to make money, they have to pretty much go for the normies, right?
Yes.
The general people.
Well, the one that's the biggest demographic.
Yeah, those who are apolitical, they don't really fit into any type of category and stuff like that, right? So then, are they truly are they truly stupid enough to think that the voices of social media represent the voices of the majority?
Yes, Twitter. They literally think that Twitter is the majority. That is the problem.
No, but I'm saying those these movies now been losing money for the past 5 years, and yes, there are many factors, right? Like for instance, pirating. Like I still watch most of my movies scratch that.
You ride the waves.
Yeah, allegedly. So I ride the waves now, and then also I can't understand after your third movies, you breaking even or actually losing money, you might think to yourself maybe I'm doing something wrong here.
Yes, but here's the issue. People aren't participating in that stuff as much as they used to. The fan base that they already had, yeah.
Well, they're losing them every time they do dumb crap.
Yes. Because because you have to understand it as a business, and they're supposed to have, their budget is last year's profit. So this year's budget limit, budget expectation is last year's profit. So the business model of modern day is every year you have to make more than the profit last year. So the problem with these companies, they're not trying to stay at the status quo. They need to keep rising, but they can't.
But there's also this, right? So even though Warner Brothers own these properties, right? They own these properties, but they still have values. So then they can actually make money either way, whether it's the stocks being short falling, they shorten the stocks, or when it actually goes down to very low and stuff like that, and they actually rebuy back these low prices again and actually rise up the stuff. So that's why my conclusion still remain that they are turning this brand into crap, and then afterward to actually rebuy it, to actually reinvest, insider trading.
See what I think. I think
okay. So then for insider trading to buy those low stocks with DC or whatever the case may be, and then they just double up their money. Or I think from what I understand, you said you believe that these characters they're dead.
Yeah,
They're coming back.
yeah. I think they're
Okay.
dead, and I think these companies, unfortunately, have spent so much money on them
Mm-hmm.
because to get them, right, to buy them. I think they're in debt. And I think they're crashing them so they can bankrupt them, but they can't bankrupt them when the brand itself has such value. So I do agree that I think partially your hypothesis is correct, that they are intentionally crashing them. But I don't think it's to buy them back or reinvest them or anything like that. I think it's because they owe money and they need to bankrupt them, but they can't bankrupt them when the brand is on its highest peak.
Yeah. Well, they owe money to their investors, and if their investors pull
But
out,
if they're bankrupt,
well, yeah. So then their
so
investors loses
it's
money.
better if they bankrupt it rather than the investors themselves pull out. Because if the investors pull out, it's going to be very hard to get new investors to come in. But if you bankrupt, it's like that's a loss. Let's keep going.
We shall see. So
Yeah,
about 5 years.
yeah.
Hopefully, you guys see this video back in 5 years. All right. Anyway, our Banaka just chilling here in Poland. I'm
It's
out
serious.
with Sirius. We out. Peace.
Bye.